Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to use the MultiWii Pro version 2.0 board, from loading the firmware, viewing it in the MultiWii GUI program, and then installing it on your frame. Um, this particular board I got from Skullcopters.com. I have to say that I'm very pleased. My previous experiences with MultiWii boards um, weren't excellent. There was a lot of tuning involved. I've already gone through this process once with this particular board just to test it out, and I have to say that I'm very pleased with just the stock settings and how well the quad handled. So let's get started. In the description in the YouTube video, you should see a download link. I supplied all of the files you'll need to get this board loaded and installed on your frame. So let's go to the download. All right. Let's open it up. And then extract the files. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to take your micro USB cable and you want to plug it into the board. Now I've already installed the drivers for the board. You may have to install the drivers. I've included those in the download. As soon as this is done unpacking, I'll show you exactly how to install the drivers for your operating system. Right. So you're going to go to the drivers folder, and then depending on which kind of operating system you have, I'm running a 64-bit operating system, so I chose the 64-bit installer. Alright, and then you can go check, go to your device manager, and under ports you should see a Silicon Labs CP210X USB to UART bridge, and mine's running on COM9. Remember that port. Okay. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to load the MultiWii code. So we're going to do that with the Arduino program. Open up the Arduino folder and click on Arduino. Right. Now we're going to change the board to the Arduino Mega 2560 or Mega ADK. And then change your serial port to the port that you saw under your device manager. Mine's going to be COM9. Now we will open the sketch for the board. It's going to be under MultiWii code. And choose the MultiWii 2.1 Mega 2.ino. Okay. You're going to click upload. Close Arduino. Go back to the MultiWii folder, and let's go into the MultiWii GUI. I'm going to unplug and replug the board in just to initialize the code again. Open up your multi-WE GUI. Change your port to the correct port number. Speed is fine. Next. Next. Finish. Right. Connect. And let's check real-time data. And now we should see the board function, the sensors, pitch, roll, yaw. Alright, code is loaded. So let's install it. Gonna disconnect, close the multi-WE GUI, go back to the multi-WE folder, and we're going to open up the receiver connections picture so we can see exactly how to connect it. Disconnect. Take the throttle connection, and throttle is going to go into our first port, which is going to be A8, and the signal is the pin closest to the inside of the board. So it's signal, positive, negative. Now I'm using the 90-degree connectors. You may use the straight up and down connectors, so this is how it'll look. All right. The second connection is going to be aileron. Third connection is going to be elevator. Right. And we have rudder. Let's that up. Throttle. Aileron. Elevator. Rudder. And then your gear switch. This is going to change our modes. Right. Now there's an arrow on the board that designates the front of the craft. My front of the craft has the black propellers, my rear has the orange. Let me try to center this. Alright. Alright, now we need to hook up the motor connections. I've included a picture of the motor connections here. If we look, we're in a X configuration for a quad rotor. Here is our motor layout. These are the directions of the props. I've already have them set correctly, as well as the ESCs spinning the motors in the proper direction. Alright, so let's look. This is the number 2 motor. So number 2 motor. Same thing, the inside pin is going to be your signal pin. And so I'm going to attach this to D2. All right. Number 5. Number 3. And as a side note here, this particular quad is using the 20A Simon K ESCs, the all NFET version, also from Skullcopter.com. The other video I made previously on how to reflash those with the Turnigy USB linker. Turned out to be really, really good ESCs. Very happy with these. All right, 3, and then the last one is going to be 6. So now this is just a test frame. Normally my wiring is much cleaner, but D2, D3, D5, D6. All right. Close that. Alright, so I've installed the top plate, I've installed my LiPo battery, I've binded my transmitter to my receiver, I removed the propellers. Anytime you are working with your quad, anytime you're not flying your quad and you're working on it and there's going to be any power to it, make sure you take off your propellers. Believe me, I know all too well that they can cause damage to you. I have the scars to prove it. So now what we can do is turn your transmitter on, give your board power, give it a second for the board to initialize. All right. Now you're going to plug your board in. Right. Now go back to your MultiWii folder and open up the MultiWii GUI. Right. Make sure you're on the correct COM port. Click Connect. And now we're going to go to real-time data. We're going to make sure all of our channels are going in the right direction. We'll start with the throttle channel. You see how the throttle channel moves. Right. We have the yaw channel. Yaw to the right should move the bar to the right. Yaw to the left should move the bar to the left. Roll right should move the bar to the right. Roll left should move the bar to the left. Okay. Pitch forward should move the bar to the right. And reverse pitch should move the bar to the left. Now I did change my travel adjustment in my radio. The one that's mostly important would be your yaw channel. The code that you loaded on your board is set up to arm and disarm the board with the yaw. So if we move our yaw stick down and to the right, you'll see that the board now arms. And if we were to give it throttle, we can see that the motor will spin up. And to disarm, we're going to go down and to the left. You see how the arm is now on, and it's free to move your throttle stick. All right. You can move the quad around and see that the sensors are working correctly. All right. And the other thing you can do is go into your RC control settings, and you can set your switch to control the level mode. All right, so that's what I have it set to. High position is going to be level on my gear switch on my DX6, on and off. All right. And that should be it. Now we can put the propellers back on and see how it flies. Now I don't recommend that you do fly indoors, but I do. So here goes. Now this is stock settings. None of the PIDs have been changed. These are unbalanced props, unbalanced motors, and it seems to handle very, very well. So all in all, I'm very satisfied. So you can pick yours up at skullcopter.com. Thanks for watching.